Most Trimble Access users are aware that there are a number of report templates and export options that are available in the Trimble Access software. So for example, if you were to have a Trimble Access project, I'm going to go ahead and open one up. You could select a specific job and go to the export routines. And there you're going to see a whole variety of different possibilities in terms of what you can export. What many users don't know is that there are dozens and dozens of additional export templates that are available to you that you can simply install into the Trimble Access software and add to your list of available options. So this video is designed to show you how to import those and where to get those export templates, and we'll just dig into it. So for the time being, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to minimize my Trimble Access software here for a minute. And let me begin by showing you where you can access these various templates. So I have Trimble Business Center loaded up on my computer, so I'm just going to go ahead and open that up. And in the Quick Access toolbar at the top of the screen, you'll see a variety of icons. We're going to go over to this little report icon, which is right next to the printer icon. I'm going to click the drop down, and you'll see an option called Job Report Generator. So I'm going to click on that. And here you'll see a hyperlink to the Trimble Style Sheet website. So let me go ahead and I'm just going to click on that. And here you're going to see a whole variety of different style sheets that are available to you to download. Now, most of these consist of a zipped file, and that zip file contains an XSL style sheet template, as well as a little JPEG image, a JPEG example of what's available to you. I usually encourage people to take a look periodically at this style sheet update note, which lets you know when existing style sheets have been updated or new style sheets are introduced. But for this example, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to show how to take, for example, a cut sheet report that doesn't exist already on my data collector, and go ahead and load that. So I'm going to begin by just clicking on the hyperlink for the cut sheet report. It's asked me if I want to take a quick look at it. I'm just going to go ahead and hit open here for a minute. And here you'll see the opportunity to take a look at this XSL file. This is the actual template itself and a JPEG example. So in this particular example, it's showing kind of what this format is going to generate. And of course, you're going to see your point ID and your code, and it's going to show some design elements and cut fill values. This particular example is in meters, but it will assume the units that you have for your particular job. So if that's US feet or international feet, it's going to go ahead and assume that. So if that looks like something you might be interested in, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we're just going to go ahead and download that file. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to it. I'm going to right click it, and I'm just going to hit Save Target As, and I'm going to go ahead and just save that to the desktop of my computer. So I'm just going to go ahead and save that, and there I've got it. So I'll go ahead and open up my desktop folder, and there's my cutsheet3.zip file. So let me go ahead and I'm going to extract that. I right-clicked it, and I'm going to go ahead and select Extract All on my computer. Just going to unzip this. Turns out I've done this file before, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit the replace. That's just fine. And so now I've got that on my desktop. So typically, if I had an actual data collector here, what I would want to do at this stage of the game is take this XSL file, and I need to copy it to the system files folder of my data collector. Because I am recording this for convenience sake, I'm going to go ahead and forego doing it on an actual data collector. I'm going to do it on my desktop simulator here on my computer. But I'm just going to go ahead and take this XSL file from my desktop. I'm right-clicked it. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste it to the system files folder of my desktop simulator. But you could do this via USB flash drive or your actual data collector itself. So on my simulator, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my C drive, and I'm going to go to a folder called Program Data. Now that's a hidden folder on most Windows 10 computers, so it's important if you're using the File Explorer routine to go up to View first and make sure that your hidden items are set to reveal themselves. I also usually recommend making sure that your file name extensions are visible as well, or it's kind of hard to tell what you're working with. But I'm going to go ahead and click on that Program Data folder, open it up. There's a subfolder entitled Trimble. And normally what you would do at this stage of the game is go right straight to your Trimble data folder. I've got a little extra hurdle to go through here. But under this, you're going to see this system files folder. So there's a whole litany of other XSL files in the system files folder already. But this cut sheet 3, for example, I'm just going to go ahead and move my cursor in the white space, right click, and paste that in. So now that I'm armed with that cut sheet XSL file in the appropriate folder and directory, I'm going to go ahead and close out on this. I'm going to close out on this and close out really pretty much on everything that I've got going. But I'm going to go ahead and revisit Trimble Access. And now, actually, let me go back a screen. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open up my project. And what we should see here is a cut sheet report. Now, I may need to refresh my Access software. So let me go ahead and do that. Give that just a moment to close down, and we'll go ahead and reopen it. But what we do, with any luck at all, what we will see is we're going to see that cut sheet 3 as one of our export options. Since this has taken a moment or two, I may pause the video and then we'll return in just a second. But let me go ahead and I'm going to open up Trimble Access once again. And now that that's installed, let's see if things are a little bit different this time. Let me expand that, make it a little bit larger. There's my project 1. I've got my job here. This has some staked data that I'd like to generate a cut sheet for. So to do that, what I'm going to do is simply hit export at the bottom of the screen. And now you'll see the cut sheet 3 has been added to my list. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. It's suggesting a job name. This creates an HTML report, and I can view that created file here. And I'm just going to go ahead and accept that. So this is going to give me a preview. I've already done this previously, but give me just a second and I can show you what that looks like. So this is an example of what that cut sheet report is going to look like, and that ultimately gets saved in your job folder and can be transferred back to the computer and so on and so forth. So here we have a point number, a code, northing, easting elevation, and my cut fill value. So that's pretty much it. So this is an example using a cut sheet report, but there's dozens of other formats and style sheets and reports that are available to you. So I would encourage you to check this out. It's a great capability, and until next time, we'll see you then.